Hello everyone, this is a 1cc run of the Novice mode of a game called The Hurricane of the Varstray Collateral Hazard. I had it in my Steam library. I don't know where I got it from, when or where, you know, sometimes we have games in our Steam libraries. It was probably in a bundle at some point. After playing Devil Blade the last couple of days, I just wanted to try some other games. And the fun thing about shmups is that because they're all 20 minutes long, you can dabble in anything. You don't have to decide to get good at it. You can just play a thing, see if the effects are cool. So I tried this one, and I loaded up the Novice mode, and I immediately 1cc'd it on my first ever try, which I was quite proud of, but I wasn't recording. And then I was like, all right, now I've got to record it, and then it took me 10 more tries to get it again, because it is honestly a significantly easier game when you don't know what's happening. As you'll kind of understand as you kind of watch what's going on in this gameplay here, because the game is, I would say, built around this very short mechanical loop, where you fire to build up your Varstray laser meter, which is the green meter. Then it has two purposes. One purpose is if you get hit, it's a shield, and it will let you avoid taking damage for a sec, giving you a chance to reposition yourself, which is very handy defensive moves. But also you can drain the whole meter when it's at max, to convert everyone into these stars that charge the second meter, and then that meter is what turns you into that weird disc thing, which you spin and attack everyone and get 512 times score, and that's timing that is clearly key to how this game works. I'm not trying to play for score, but I didn't really understand that was how the mechanic works, so it was mostly just so long as I shot things quickly. I had constantly was living on with a spare HP there. You see, I ran to the bullet, but it's okay because a few hits later, and I back up. But once I actually understood how the game worked, you see right now, I'm not attacking anything. That's because I was waiting for the first meter to go down to charge up my second meter activation. So if I left as much on screen as possible, there'd be more on screen for me to get super bonus score with. I care about score because of a mechanic of how the extends work in this game, which is that you get I think you get an extend for, I don't necessarily know exactly how it works, but it's 500,000 points per level. In a level, if you go get 500,000 points in that one level, I think it has to be in one life. I can't tell if I've sometimes got it after a death, but it was early in the stage, and then I got 500,000 afterwards, if that got it for me. There have been times where I've got 500,000 points in the stage and haven't got it, but I probably died there. So I'm unclear on the nuances of that mechanic, but that is the core design of this game. And when I first played it, I found it kind of a bit boring and samey. I thought it was fine and fun, and all there's bullets everywhere, and it's constantly maximalist and going off. But there's not very many enemy types, and there's 12 fucking stages, which, even though they're all short stages, it does get a little repetitive and long. But then as I played it more and more, I actually start to understand it, I felt this game grow on me. I'm glad that I didn't record that first playthrough, because I might not have kept this as a game I was going back to, but I've spent today kind of playing this game and trying to figure out Novice mode, and having a really fun time. I really like this game. Because of the way those mechanics are balanced, you're incentivized to be extremely aggressive, because essentially you can take at least one death a level, so long as you're also playing all of those levels for crazy amounts of score. Now, look at that. So that all charged. That's time to wait. But I wait too long, so those guys go off screen, and that was poorly timed. There's a few things at the top there, but I could have done better. But that's the core loop, and I had a lot of fun with it. I will probably stick with it, and try one day to try it on normal. I'm probably gonna try various other things on their easy modes first before going up to normal modes. But I found this one to be a lot of fun. I was just surprised because I was jumping between random things. I tried a game called Ace Breed that's on Steam. See, I just took a stupid death there. There's a lot of stupid death in this run. I would honestly say it's not like I've beat the first 6 stages deathless before, and like used the stock to get through the rest of it. But this is actually, like, I would say kind of the same level of play all over. The early game has as many deaths as the late game. It's just on balance, I'm getting enough score that it doesn't matter. Which I found a quite fun way to play as a beginner, right? Because then I'm not too, like, the mistakes, like getting hit doesn't demoralize me, and I can always fight back if I just, like, play hard on the next level. If I get the next level no miss with 50,000 points, then I'm up +1 again. I found that really motivating as a way to, like, learn, and not just learn to, like, survive, but learn to actually play the game as intended. Because there's going to be lots of games where I'll try, but I'm not engaging with the scoring system because I'm not very good at the video game. I need to win. But because of how, like, the requirements for the extends are here, I'm motivated to engage with the system at all times. I'm constantly thinking about when's the right time to activate this, which things will get me to max, and situations like that G will refill my, like, yellow laser meter, which is the disc power. I forget what that's called. It has like a cool sci-fi name. And so there are times where, like, I'll be waiting for like the yellow meter to charge up, or the green meter to descend, right? Like waiting for it to finally activate, and then if I get hit, like right now, I don't die, but it knocks me out of the charge, and I'm left with no charge, so I don't even have my shield at that point. And there are times when, like, fuck, I was so many things on screen, but I couldn't stay alive for long enough. So, like, you're constantly being put into different modes. Like, you're shooting with a pretty powerful shot, which gets up to +3, and also you don't lose when you die. You lose when you lose a life, when you use a continue, and you have to get back to max power. But you don't have to worry about repowering up when you die, which is nice to consider. Then you have what time do I activate the green thing for the, like, max benefit? All of those little pips give me like those stars, but I don't want to use it on too many of the, like, big ships because they tend to be worth more points. You want to time it for when there's a lot of big ships on screen. And that was poorly timed, though it was so poorly timed that I did do a little bit of the boss there. Another mechanic is that if you take out all of the guns on the boss, you get a little bonus. So that's what I'm doing here, which is why I'm, like, going around the way. Because, like, if you just attack the main center, at least on Novice, I assume as you go up, these have a little more health. And you're just, like, laser focused on the boss's weak point, you can very easily bring them down without, like, even having to engage with the bullets, because they'll get bullet cancelled before they even reach you. Not all the time, but some of the time that is definitely the case. But yeah, I don't necessarily have, like, too much more in depth to say. Like, my strategies aren't very interesting beyond the things that I already said. But I had a really good time with it. Yeah, like, it's very overwhelming, like, initially, and I did take quite a few deaths over the course of playing this game to the tragic I can't fucking see disease, because look at this, like, when you get a particularly good one and it's like drawing in medals, like, after your combo runs out, and you're like, oh my god, I can't see, what do I do? I've definitely died to that a few times. Like, that was a really disappointing moment, because I was like, oh, everything's on the screen, it's going to be a perfect time to launch it, and then I just messed it up. But that does lead into other situations where, like, you can deliberately activate your laser, use one of those to charge up the secondary laser, and then damage cancel out of it. And then when you next activate the laser, you can activate it without firing, which will leave everything on screen at a more opportune time. I haven't found a situation where that would be strategically something I would want to do necessarily, but it is possible, and I have used it for, like, survival purposes before. Because if you damage cancel, like, right at the top of your meter, you will still have way more meter left, which means it's quicker to build up. I think if you take one hit, no matter what state, and you take a second hit immediately, you're always dead. But it doesn't go all the way to the bottom of the bar. So, like, the part where the shield works, I think it needs half the bar. Yeah, it's when it turns blue that the shield is activated. That's stage 5, so we're almost halfway through. Yeah, there's 12 stages. There are sub-weapons in this game, but I didn't really feel the need to use them. I feel like every time I switch them in any of my runs, the mental load of, okay, you got to switch to you got two buttons. You got one button to switch which sub-weapons in the slot, then another button to switch which button, like which weapon you'll fire. It's not that the button fires the sub-weapon. All of the buttons change what the fire button does. So like X, you press X, and then when you press fire, it'll activate your sub-weapon. You press B, and then when you press fire, it'll activate your Baryon laser. That was pretty lucky. That was pretty lucky of me not getting hit there. But I take advantage of it. So there's not really that much on screen for me to actually capitalize. A little bit at the end. I think this is the stage, yeah. So then there's this bit, which I almost always die on, but I don't think I do here. I think I somehow managed to survive it by just constantly getting the shield ready. Like, there are times like this where, like, I don't necessarily think this current situation is one that you're meant to dodge perfectly. I'm sure someone has. I'm sure it is possible. I don't know how popular this game is. I just loaded it on Steam, and it doesn't seem that popular. When I finished, I ended up... it gives you, like, a place on the leaderboard, and I end up in around the 500s. And so... there's not that many people playing if I, on my, like, one day of practice, end up at number 500. But while I'm sure that you technically can totally dodge everything, it feels like tests, like, we're going to just blast 17 of these enemy waves right at you while their ship's firing, but you have a damage cancel, like, shield. It feels like it's like a test of resource management. And I've definitely been in situations where, like, I had got greedy in an earlier run and just finished my, like, one of these attacks at a position, and then when you do that, then you're just fucked, because you can't rebuild your shield. That's like where, like, I would say the majority of my deaths came from that situation over the last few days. But yeah. It's been very fun, like, messing about with some of these since trying Devil Blade. It's good because I can just play one, like, at the end of the day. I can still do all my other stuff. Like I say, they don't take that long. I'm curious how I'll be progressing going forward, because I don't know what my next goal is. I'm just kind of messing about, which is, I think, fine. I like just playing games right now. I don't want to turn any of this into a project. That's why I just uploaded this to YouTube rather than, like, saying, oh, I should do this project and this. I didn't, like, plan it, right? I just, like, I'm playing the games. Here are my shop playlists. I died in a stupid way there. Ripped me. And I'm just having a lot of fun playing these games. But I don't necessarily know, like, what the next games I'm going to play are. Will generally go by what's on sale on Steam. Like, everyone's like going, oh, play Zero Ranger, but it's not on sale right now. And I'm sure, I believe you, it's worth the full price, but also it will go on sale in the next Steam sale, and I'll buy them. There's a lot of shmups on sale at the moment, but in like a 2-player bundle, so they have to have 2-player to have been discounted. I think this was the point where I was like, I might be able to make this. Because I try to stay at least, like, to have as many continues as I do stages left. And at the moment I have 5 remains. There's a lot of really hilarious bad English in this game. The story is fully translated, but by fully translated I mean, like, it genuinely feels like it's been thrown into Google Translate. I've rarely ever played anything like it, and that seems to be like a common thing. These games are not often localized. Not the specifics of this batch. What a stupid play that was. Just watch myself just go left right into the approaching bullet. Sometimes I do pretty good dodging, and I'm like, you know what, that was pretty okay. And sometimes I watch it back and I'm like, oh, that was a fucking disaster. But I definitely like how swingy this game is. Because you can always get extends back, and because there's a mechanic to like... you're like never more than 5 seconds from being kind of safe-ish, so long as you make the right play. I find it very satisfying. Do I make this one? If I make this one, it's good. Yes, I made it. So that one, perfectly timed, right? There's like a whole bunch of things on screen. I think I got an extra life there because I'm back up to 4 and then I die again. So yes, I'm fairly sure I died twice in this level but still got the extend because that mid-level life still got 500,000 points in it. I think. I'm not 100%. But that's ringing true to me from this watching back this replay. Which I just recorded in OBS because there's no replay function in the game. That's how I was unable to bring the original my original run out. But ultimately, I feel like that worked out better because I had to play the game a few more times, and I actually understand it now. Like, I don't want to. It would literally just have been me running into things, and then like I guess I got to shoot to get like my health point back because I'd figured out that if the green meter went up, I could use a shield. It took me like half the run to figure out how the laser worked, and even then I wasn't getting any of the stars because the stars only go into your ship when you're not pressing fire. Like you press fire, then you let go to suck them in, and I was just pressing fire constantly. So I was like, oh, I guess you have to like position yourself to like ingest them, and like that death just there happened because I fucked up and didn't realize I got hit out of my charge. I thought I was about to go super mode and then own everyone, but instead got into a really precarious situation. I think at this point I'm starting to doubt the run again because I've died 3 times in 2 stages. I fucked up my various things, but I didn't realize there was a 1-up there. I was like, oh shit, 1-up, that's nice. Because this game does have a couple of actual like 1-ups in the stage, which I know is pretty rare for this genre, but it was nice for novice mode at least. I wonder if that's actually in the regular difficulty. Because I feel like most shmups are designed to have... See there! You can just die of I can't fucking see disease. I survived this time. But like, what are you meant to do when that happens? Like, there's already a million bullets and stuff on screen. Now you put all the medals on the top layer? What am I meant to do? Other than stuff like that, I found like this game feels really good. Like the bullets feel chunky. The sound effects are excellent. Dodging feels nice. You have that slow down button on the right shoulder that I assume a lot of bullet hell games have to feel like when you're in situations like this and you need really fine movements. The only annoying thing is it's only in 720p, which means when I click full screen, it full screens into 720p, and then all my display things get fucked up. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just run it in the window, and that's how I end up doing it. 3 stages left. Excellent. If you get the full during one of these attacks, you recharge the meter to full, and I probably could have waited an extra couple seconds and got myself a little more time, but honestly, it was already... That was like a really well-timed one of those. I feel like I'd have to really learn the stages to know exactly when my timing would be for all of them, but it's definitely quite hard to learn the stages here, because they're also like... There's like 4 enemy types of different varieties, that, and like I feel like the stages are well paced in that I feel the progression and they do different things with the mechanics, but it is a very simple game in terms of its building blocks as opposed to Devil Blade, which every single level was like conceptually very different. Like I was in a different location, I was doing something different, the narrative of the level and like the way I was progressing through events on screen and the like everything was telegraphed so much more explicitly in that game. This isn't really a game with telegraphing so much as it is just like they're shooting bullets at you. But it definitely means I get into situations where I'm like, I don't know what's next. I remember this thing, like I know the big beam of all those like weird biological things happens in stage 6. And I know that like stage 12 begins with these like massive multiple waves of screen filling enemies. And I know that we've got these circle things in this stage, in stage 10, but it's much more like small like that. I was glad I was able to figure out how to deal with them, because I died to them a few times, and it was like, no, so long as you keep moving in the direction you're firing, whatever, if like forward or backwards, because I have a back and forwards laser on my max power, because they close in on you, you should always be safe if you do it that way, because you'll have a hitbox in front of the direction you're moving. And that did manage to keep me alive going into these final 2 stages with, I think, yes, I've got 4 continues. 5 continues? I guess if I've got 4 ships, that's 5 continues. I think I end with 1. So, these are going to be rough stages, but I have the resources to make it. Yeah, I get multiple times just getting back to the corner, and then there I try to charge up, but then I get cancelled out when I'm trying to activate everything. And by the time I finally get it off, I have no real room to do anything with it. At this point, I'm like, I'll just use the shield defensively. I'll use the screen clearing yellow laser or baryon laser once, and then damage cancel, and then I should be safe. Because like there, right? Like the exact thing happened, and there's barely any safe space on the screen. But I'm like just holding on. I've died once. I am playing safe enough that it's fine. And this is novice mode, and I'm like, this screen's so full. I wonder how much like obviously fuller it is in normal mode. I don't even know how I would like comprehend that. You get a lot of iframes when you get a hit, enough to basically reposition yourself anywhere on screen. Probably not like corner to corner or something ridiculous like that, but like once you take that hit, you can move through the bullets and be like, okay, quick, into the next position for the next setup. But yeah, I know I had a lot of people on Blue Sky and on YouTube being like, oh, I want to send recommendations, but I don't want to be rude, which I appreciate that consideration. I guess I would say, like, you feel free to if you want to, but I guess I'm more going by, like, what seems interesting to me. I've already done the Google thing of, like, look at what's out there, look at a list of recommended shmups, look at, like, a list of... Oh, these ones are good for beginners, so I'm probably aware of it, whatever it is. Like, I can't play the PS4 shot trigger stuff yet. I can't be bothered yet. I have to get an American PSN set up to download them. And I don't even have a Japanese PSN. 2 deaths right in a row, 2 really stupid deaths there, has let me get into a real rough situation here. But yeah, you feel free to send me recommendations. I'm just saying that, like, I don't necessarily know if I will act on any of them. I'm kind of trying not to think too hard, is what I'll say. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time. I'm trying not to, like, worry about whether I'm like, oh, should I be practicing one game to master it more, or should I be jumping between more different games? I tend to want to jump between different games. I like seeing different things. I like seeing more things, like playing more different games. This is the kind of thing I'm mostly interested in. But I don't necessarily know what the like. At some point, I'm gonna have to like play. If I actually decide to be serious about this, and not even like a now I'm only about shmup thing, just even in like a passing way, right? At some point you have to play one of the games like this is just like you pick at it for 3 months and eventually you'll clear it. I'm so much more used to like, I'm going to play this game for 11 hours and then I just beat it after playing it all day. So it's a very different mindset, like changing approach, which is why I've been doing these in video form. Just like, I'll upload them when I have one. No pressure, no schedule. They'll just go up at some point. So I don't necessarily know about my future plans, but I am having lots of fun. I found these very exhilarating and very light on my wrists because it's all left-handed, basically. Like, even like in a moment like this, right? Like, look how many things I'm like dodging right in between them. That is so satisfying to make it through without getting hit like that. Like, I just feel my heart going, and I'm like, I'm so close, come on. I instantly understand why people are weird about the genre. I'm like, fuck, that was so cool. This is the second loop, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. I was just going to do a 1-all. But that was, this was this game. Hurricane of the Varstrays. 516th. There's my score. No one else has played this game in fucking years, clearly. But I had a really good time. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be back with another one of these at some point. And, see you out there. Goodbye, people. Thank you for enjoying this video.